Before we get started, I'd like to make a very special announcement. To celebrate 15 years of AnimeAmerica and my 10-year wedding anniversary, Tsumi and I have decided to fly to Japan for a trip of a lifetime. We'll be visiting Tokyo, Kobe, Hiroshima, Kagoshima, and Jeju Island in South Korea. We'll have just enough to pay for the trip and try to save up for other expenses. But if you would like to contribute to the trip and be featured in our Japan travel vlog, you can check out our Teespring store, YouTube membership, Patreon, Cameo, and even PayPal. All proceeds will be put aside for the trip, and we'll feature your name in the video as our way of saying thank you for making this journey even more special. This is the trip I have always dreamed of having ever since I was a kid, and it's finally coming true. If you'd like to help us out with this journey, links are in the description box down below. An interesting topic. I asked you all what my next topic should be and left the awesome people on Patreon to decide what it should be. And you chose top 10 himbos.
I don't know what I expected.
Sure, why not? And if you don't know what a himbo is by now, Kronk. Enough said.
Right.
Okay, well, if you need even more clarification, though I don't even know why you would, a himbo is basically a male character depicted to be big and strong, but they're lovable idiots deep down inside. Not necessarily a hero stereotype or an egotistical villain, just a strong character with a heart of gold, but let's just say they're not always the brightest crayon in the box. So out of all of the buff dudes we've met in the entire history of anime, just who could possibly land on this peculiar list? Well, let's find out. Here is AnimeAmerica's Top 10 Himbos of Anime. Let's start off this list with a pretty recent himbo to grace us with his presence on the big screen nonetheless. Gallo from Promare. Promare? I've honestly forgotten how to pronounce this. Forgive me, I'm sick. A pure himbo, always jumping into action if it means he can be a hero. The thing is, though, he doesn't really stop to come up with a plan or anything. He just jumps right in and assumes nothing can go wrong. Buff, pure-hearted, and nice, but maybe you should think before you jump there, Gallo. Also, be sure to watch the dub version of this film, as it was one of the last roles performed by the late Billy Comet. May you rest in peace, good sir. We all need that one friend who's there to help and support us, but this guy may take the crown for the best assistant and bro. Taiju Oki from Dr. Stone is so hardworking and loyal, it's insane. He takes immense pride in every single task he's given, no matter how big or small. He knows he needs to help out mankind and be there to aid his best friend Senku, so he just gives everything his all. He also has a soft spot for everyone and is willing to show kindness first, no matter the situation. Even when met with betrayal, he holds no anger or regret in his heart. A naive yet dedicated friend, which makes him a perfect himbo for this list. And here we have the biggest bro you could ever ask for, Gowry Gabrieve from Slayers. A loyal friend till the end, Gowry travels along with his best friend Lena Inverse on her random adventures. While Gowry is basically Lena's best friend and protector, he's definitely not the brightest member in the group. He tends to be very blunt with his words, so when he can't fully read the room right, he'll just state the obvious, while ignorantly insulting everyone around him. He's got a good heart, and he's loyal to his friends, but he's really gotta work on his social awareness. Takeo Goda from Ore Monogatari. Come on, he is one of the purest forms of a himbo in recent years. He's a loyal friend and an honorable gentleman despite being dumped and mistreated by numerous girls. He also tends to be a bit envious of his best friend's ability to attract every girl around him, and he wonders why he keeps rejecting them one by one. This then leads to one of Takeo's biggest weaknesses, his lack of awareness. Makoto has to be the frustrated friend constantly telling Takeo that he turns down those girls because he's not interested in anyone who insults Takeo. Bro, you know who's awesome, bro? You, bro. And to top it all off, he has to state the obvious that yes, Rinko seriously has a crush on you, not me. Bro, as if she can't make it any more obvious. Come on! And there you have it. He's strong, loyal, and pure-hearted, but he's always the last one in the room to get a clue. Well now, bet you weren't expecting this one. Despite his aggressive nature, Inosuke from Demon Slayer is definitely a himbo. Never before have we ever had such a hot-headed character in recent years receive such adoration from the fandom. At first glance, he's just a wild-tempered swordsman wanting to kill demons and pick fights with anyone to assert dominance. But once you get to know him and learn how he was raised, you can't help but take a step back and think to yourself, oh my god, he is very, very dumb, but he is precious and a very good boy. We can work with this. He is lethal in battle, but very loyal to his friends. Even though he thinks and behaves like a boar, Inosuke is an innocent fighter and probably one of the wildest himbos in anime. Look, all I'm saying is there's a huge difference between angry and angy. Inosuke is just angy, and we love him. Look at him, he's precious. Come on, how could I not? He is a prime example. President Edomae from My Bride is a Mermaid is a tough adversary you should be careful with. He's built like a tank, in charge of his own Yakuza ring, and will literally destroy anyone who disrespects him and his family. But the lengths he goes through to make his daughter happy is questionable. The man doesn't use any amount of common sense when it comes to raising his daughter, and when he tries...
Akiharu! Luna! You slept in too? Not again! Look what happens when I don't wake you up. You're so bad! Luna, hold up! Wait for me, please!
It's the thought that counts, Lunar. It's the thought that counts, Lunar. Daddy loves you, sweetie. He may be the anime equivalent of the Terminator, but he's a genuine himbo looking after his family. Seriously, he used a dating sim to grow a closer bond with his daughter. I can't. Guys, it's definitely not what you think, because he's not on the list. Dragon Ball Super ruined Goku for me. Look, the longer the series goes, the more it turns Goku from a silly little himbo to how the flying hell did you make it this far in life, you one brain cell dumb fuck? I mean, I could go on and on and on over how Goku's getting on my last nerve. You know, from giving Cell a sensu bean to make the fight fair. 7 trillion people on the planet would beg to differ for Goku. To never knowing what an actual kiss is. Oh my god, Chi-Chi, how the hell did you get 2 sons from this guy? And he even thought it was a great idea to enlist and bring back to life one of the deadliest villains in all of anime history and thinking, nah, it'll be fine, he'll work for us. How has Vegeta never gotten 1 W in this entire show, with Goku being this dumb? Just seriously, just give Vegeta 1 win. But I'll agree, Goku is a himbo. To the annoying degree, but he is a himbo. And while I can argue how Super is either making, breaking, or annihilating these iconic characters, there was one that had an interesting and surprising change in character. Broly, to me, is now the purest himbo in this entire show. He's not well educated considering how his father coddled him all his life, but you can see his genuine heart flourish when he makes friends. The past Broly was just a massive powerhouse to ultimately challenge the Z Fighters, but this Broly is a neglected soul seeking genuine companionship, to which he finds in Chilai and Lemmo. He loses his temper and becomes an unstoppable force when he thought Goku killed his father. But he's now living a reclusive life with his new friends, and even forms a peaceful bond with Goku. Who'd have thought that Broly, frickin' Broly, would be the most precious himbo in all of Dragon Ball? He's more precious and tolerable than Goku, and I'll just leave it at that. Who's the most chivalrous bro with a heart of gold and lives by a code of honor? Our boy, Kazuma Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho. The man tries his best to be a quintessential white knight. Always the first to jump into action if it means he can protect his friends or save someone. That being said, he always finds himself in more danger than anticipated, making someone else having to come around to make sure he doesn't hurt himself or, you know, die. He may have a huge ego and a short temper, but his heart's always in the right place. Plus, he has a soft spot for kittens. Definite himbo material right there. And the winner of the most voted candidate on this entire list goes to the legendary Himbo himself, Armstrong from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. But I'm also just gonna throw in Curtis. Curtis is also a himbo, and I'm just gonna make it a tie. Some would actually argue how these two could even qualify, since, you know, they're actually pretty smart. They're loyal, protective, and incredibly strong, but they're also very skilled and knowledgeable. So despite getting the most amount of votes compared to everyone else in this video, can these two iconic muscle men be considered to be himbos?
Incredible valor! Respectable muscles!
Classic himbo move. They can't read a goddamn room even if they tried. Yeah, now the point's been made. These two are genuine himbos. Not even gonna question it. I can hear you all typing right now, but Robyn, Armstrong is the best and most well-known himbo of all time, besides Grunk. So why isn't he number one? Look, you all wanted me to find the best and purest example of a quintessential himbo in all of anime, and by God, you're getting one. Just name me one male character in all of JoJo that isn't a himbo. Okay, yeah, that's fair, but you see where I'm going with this? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is just filled with unlimited himbos, and they embrace the himbo lifestyle, nay, the himbo aesthetics. But if there was one character who is honestly the purest example of the anime himbo, it has to go to the innocent and pure-hearted progenitor himself, Jonathan Joestar from the Phantom Blood arc. I mean, come on. First of all, built like 10 tanks. Look at him. He may be a gentleman, but he is a buff gentleman. Being the privileged son of a lord, he's extremely naive and pure-hearted. But I say this in a sort of negative way because he couldn't tell from the get-go that Dio frickin' Brando was going to ruin him. Jonathan is so naive and dumb that he could look at Dio, a man who bullied him, took his sweetheart's first kiss, burned his frickin' dog alive, poisoned his father numerous times, turned into a bloodthirsty vampire, killing his father during the process, and swearing to take over the world with his newfound powers, but think to himself, but he's my brother, I'll just defeat him and save him, it'll be fine. Jonathan! You sweet dumbass you! We all love you! But if you're dumb enough to believe that Dio frickin' Brando could ever be saved because you're his loving brother, then you are without a doubt the biggest himbo in anime. You are dumb, but we love you. Well, wasn't that What a delightful video. Himbos may be a bit dumb and naive, but we can't help but love them. Which begs the question, who is your favorite himbo? Leave your answers in the comments down below. Like I mentioned earlier at the beginning of this video, Tsumi and I are heading to Japan and want to make this trip of a lifetime unforgettable. If you'd like to contribute and be featured in our trip vlog, multiple links to our Patreon, Teespring, Cameo, and PayPal are available down below. Thank you so much to everyone who has contributed so far. I'd also like to thank Tiffany, Laura, Mikey, and Jake for helping me make this video, and of course, I'd like to give a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. I'm still able to make whatever videos I want and give you guys the reviews and top 10 lists you've been requesting, despite YouTube not really doing me any favors. So, thank you all so much for your amazing support. Last but not least, thank you everyone for watching this video. More awesome videos will be on the way, so stay tuned to AnimeAmerica.